registered with the SEC in March 1, 2004. The Virgin Coconut Oil Producer and Traders Association of the Philippines, Incorporated, was renamed Virgin Coconut Oil Producers and Traders Association of the Philippines, Incorporated on April 19, 2005. The original incorporators of VCO Association were Ms. Tess Santos, Mr. Paulo Mamangon Jr., Mr. Cesar Villarriba, Ms. Selena Sayong, Mr. Dionisio Coros Jr., Mr. Charlie Tena, Mr. Ildefonso Talyada. The association was active in the years 2005 to 2007, holding meetings and gathering new members, mostly micro, small and medium enterprises. VCO was gaining popularity, encouraging cooperatives and entrepreneurs to venture into production. To further popularize VCO, VCOP published a book, Oil You Wanted to Ask About VCO. The association worked together with PCA, DOST, and DABAFPS to craft the Philippine National Standard VCO, which became the standard APCC, and other countries will adapt for their VCO product standards. At the time of the first PNS, most of the VCO produced used fermentation method, with the bulk of production produced in Quezon and Laguna provinces. However, the quality of the VCO in the market in the early years was not consistent. Clarity, moisture content, extended fermentation periods were some of the challenges encountered by MSME processors. For a time, many small producers were forced to reduce or completely stop their processing to cut their losses, whereas some VCOP members sought ways to improve the processing techniques to establish better quality VCO and more efficient ways to improve oil recovery. The years prior to 2014 were challenging for VCO producers since demand was not much, especially in the export market. The president then was Ms. Tess Santos. Under her leadership, Ms. Santos sought to maintain association activities, conducting meetings in her office, albeit with small groups of members. In 2014, export demand grew. It was also at this time that VCOP was revitalized, conducting regular monthly meetings, usually held at the PCA conference rooms. The priority subject at which time was the threat of the infestation of the Coco lizard. Members grew steadily until 2015. VCOP meetings were conducted bi-monthly, held either at the PCA or the DTI International Conference Room. VCOP participation in trade fairs and exhibitions by invitation from CITEM, DA, AMAS, and other government agencies were taken advantage of by members both local and abroad. In the last election for VCOP directors held in 2017, Ms. Tess Santos was made chairman, with Mr. Marco Reyes as president and Agnes Cristobal executive director, Mr. Noni Magcase his treasurer. Fast forward to 2021, VCOP engaged with Dr. Fabian Derrit of Ateneo de Manila University to study the possible amendments to the Philippine National Standard for VCO, taking into consideration the other processes now in practice in VCO production. This 2-year study was funded by DOST PCIEERD in 2019 and completed in June this year. Part of the output of this project is the suggested amendments to the VCOP-NS and the printing of a guidebook in English and Filipino published by PCA and manuals for good manufacturing practices for VCO production published by VCOP. VCO Philippines has successfully achieved its goal of making the Philippines the leading global source of quality virgin coconut oil. It has been able to unite the different producers and traders, including related and support institutions, and in setting the quality standards for virgin coconut oil. And we're extremely passionate in maintaining the leadership of the Philippines for virgin coconut oil in the world.
I would like to congratulate the Philippine Coconut Authority for successfully organizing the month-long coconut celebration and this week's celebration of Coconut Week. We are the Virgin Coconut Oil Producers and Traders Association of the Philippines, best known as VCOP. We are honored to be featured on this day for organization-led Coco-Negosyo. I'm Tess Eliazar Santos, now chair of VCOP. VCOP was organized in 2004 when VCO was barely known. A handful of incorporators believed that someday VCO will be recognized because of its amazing properties for healing the natural way. Now, after 70 years, it's finally gaining recognition in the Philippines and the world. Thank you for the support of agencies like PCA, DTI, DA, DOST. Slowly but surely, we have improved our VCO processing. Philippine national standards are in place. Improved quality of VCO in terms of taste and smell. Publication of a guidebook for food safety. Thank you for the dedication and work of Dr. Fabian Dairit on VCO, started by his father, the late Dr. Conrado Dairit. Also for the researches of Dr. Vermen Varallo Roel. From the U.S., Dr. Bruce Fife and Dr. Mary Newport, and so on. As I speak, a breakthrough was experienced during the pandemic. From the beginning, VCO was believed to be antiviral. On this basis, DOST funded clinical studies on COVID cases. Results of 2 studies were positive. Both studies concluded that it is an effective adjunct supplement to ease the symptoms of suspect and probable COVID-19 cases so that it won't become a severe case. More clinical studies for COVID are underway. As an association, VCOP wish list includes more clinical studies on the other benefits of VCO, not only on COVID, financial and marketing assistance here and abroad, and research on the utilization of byproducts. I feel I have just begun. I would like to thank the members of VCOP for believing our vision, the board members who tirelessly work for the improvement of our industry. We are blessed with abundant coconut produce in the Philippines. Let us use this blessing wisely and for the glory of God. Mabuhay!